The Faded Podcast with Darren and Oscar.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Faded Podcast. It's your boy 24 Oscar, and I'm with Darren Logan. I almost said Logan. I was thinking about Wolverine and Logan.
I'm not that cool.
It's Darren and me. Welcome back to Faded.
Yay, we're not dead.
Yeah, happy 2024, guys. I know, we've been slacking lately, but if you guys are following our other channels, you know why. We've just been caught up with that, trying to get that back and running, and also personal stuff with us, so you know how it is. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, I'm actually playing a game that I'm going to be reviewing on my channel next.
Yeah, so
spoiler alert, it's not going to be a nice one. It's not going to be a nice review where I'm positive about the game.
So stay tuned to his channel for his new videos, his new reviews. And what I do, I just do showcasing video games at the moment. So I did one on Tekken lately.
Yeah, that's right. Tekken 8 has been out.
Yeah, I'm still enjoying Tekken. It's like the other fighting games, they normally die out quickly, after you beat it or played a couple of hours. But Tekken, there's always stuff to do. So that's top tier, one of the best fighting games so far out of those main three. Good to see if they'll do any more updates.
Maybe they will.
But hey, we're just here to catch up on things. Let's see what good things are coming out this year that we can discuss and have conversations. I mean, I say so far this year has been good. It's been decent.
Definitely.
It's been quite crazy.
Well, at the day of this recording, I Hate Fairyland number 13 came out.
How recent?
Today.
Oh gosh.
April 10th, 2024.
You gotta pick. Do you already have it, or?
I have it and I already read it.
Yeah.
This is it's an issue that takes a break from the main story, and it's about some movie producers in Fairyland that want to make a movie about Gertrude.
Oh, did you want to? I don't know.
To sum it up, it makes fun of Hollywood.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you gonna talk more about it if you're making a video on it, or do you want to let it all out here, or give us a tease? Okay, let's give us.
I can let it all out.
Give us the goods.
Yeah. Well, the goods is that the artwork is still really nice. Brett Bean is doing a great job as the current artist for the series.
Oh, nice.
And also, the next issue was teased with the cover being shown.
Ooh.
And it looks like the Gertlins from I Hate Fairyland number 3 are going to be making a return next issue. And we'll see on whether this is the main story resuming or not.
Is it almost coming close to the ending or far from it?
Far from it.
Okay, there's still plenty to talk about, plenty to show.
I think I might have looked at the Wikipedia page for I Hate Fairyland at some point. And apparently the new series is supposed to be 40 issues long.
That's pretty decent. That's a fair amount.
And given that about 5 issues come out a year on average for the series, it means that we're gonna be seeing more of it for a long time.
That's good. It's still a pretty recent comic, a couple years old or something, or?
Well, the original series started from 2015 and ended in 2018.
Okay.
And took a 4-year hiatus before coming back in 2022.
Okay, not too bad. So the the comeback, like still pretty recent.
Yeah.
That also reminded me, like I have not seen the new season of Invincible yet.
Neither have I.
Yeah. I have access to it, but I'm just like not too bothered yet. I'm not like there's barely any promotion from what I saw. It's just really one of those came and went sort of things. Like nobody was hyping it up or talking about it.
We apologize for anyone that saw our podcast about season 1 and wanted us to cover season 2 as well.
Yeah, like I don't know if like it's still as good as season 1 because it really like started really well. I don't know if it maintained it, but I don't know. I knew I wanted more of it at the time, but I'm just like I don't know if it's just me being old. Like I just lost interest. I just don't care about certain things anymore. I'm sure it's good. I'm just
And this was before I Hate Fairyland made its epic return, which, in all honesty, that was really what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
And I guess I was filling the void.
I just like barely have time for a series. There was even a Donald Glover series on Prime called Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Like, I was like looking forward to. I watched 2 episodes, and then it's just a part of me just wanted to stop. I'm just like, it's not worth me like binging it because I want to do other things, sort of thing. So I just never finished that season.
Isn't that a reboot of that 2005 movie with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie as the title characters?
I think it's influenced by it, but I don't think it's set in the same universe or anything.
Okay, so it's a complete reboot.
I think it is. I think it's the story of those criminals who like work together. They end up being couples, sort of thing. So, don't know if it's in
criminals.
Yeah.
In the Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie movie, they were spies that worked for rival agencies.
Okay, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's not similar to the Brad Pitt movie. That's the same name, so I was like, well, is it the same thing? But they do.
Seems like the same thing in name only.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like
well, at least it's a streaming service series and not a straight to video one.
Yeah. I mean, my parents watched it and enjoyed it. Like, they hyped me up to watch it because, like, I do love Atlanta. I do love Donald Glover's other stuff. So when I just put it on, I'm like, yeah, it's good, but I just don't think it's worth me, like, watching all of it. It's just, I don't know, I just feel tired. Like, I don't have the patience anymore to sit down and watch a whole series.
So it's one of those family hyped you up series.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong, there's nothing bad about it. It's just me being, like, can't sit down for 1 hour sort of thing.
I can understand that. There have been shows that my parents have hyped me up for. and are like, oh my gosh, you should totally watch this.
Yeah. But like for parents, it's always like, oh, go watch The Gentleman or Suits or The Crown. I'm like, I'm not your age. Like, I'm sure if I'm retired and don't have anything to do, I would be interested. And if I just lay on the couch all day, that sort of thing, then I would. But I don't have time.
My parents love Suits.
Yeah. Again, I'm sure they're great series. I just don't have the time to watch all that.
I could pop in and out every once in a while.
Yeah. I come home from work, I have like a couple hours to spare, then I gotta go to bed. Like, I have those other times to like go work out or have a nap or eat. Actually, yeah, cooking, like it would take about an hour and I wouldn't have any time, so maybe one episode if I actually put in the effort. This is one of them things. Movies wise, I'm trying to get back into. I saw the recent Kung Fu Panda movie. Oh my gosh.
Did you like it?
It didn't need to exist. I said it's just like another movie sequels where it's just about nothing. It's just side quest, the movie sort of thing. And it's like very misleading too in the trailers. It's like
So it's basically side quest the movie.
yeah, it served no purpose.
So pretty much what I Hate Fairyland number 12 and 13 were doing.
I would take that, yeah.
Yeah, except those were actually good filler.
Yeah.
That I would definitely wouldn't mind seeing more of while Scotty Young is deciding on what he wants to do next with the main story. not to mention there have been side stories, like there's a whole I Hate Fairyland spin-off called The Untold Tales of I Hate Fairyland, which is all the side stories that Scotty Young has endorsed, and some of them add lore to the main series.
Yeah, like those I would get if it's just, like it's just side stuff, just like filler, like just to expand the world and all that. But Kung Fu Panda did not need that. But if they did, like, just don't like mislead us, like don't trick us in the trailers, like, oh, everybody's coming back, but they don't. They don't.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention that there was also the Legends of Awesomeness series, which were side stories that sort of bridged between Kung Fu Panda 2 and 3.
I remember that. I remember, like, it was decent. I like that one. It was alright.
So what felt more like a side story, Legends of Awesomeness or Kung Fu Panda 4?
Kung Fu Panda 4. Look, no Furious 5, even though they showed it in the trailers. The villains technically are there, but they're not. They're like spirits. Tai Long is the only one that came back, like with voice actor wise. But the Peacock one and the guy from the film from Kung Fu Panda 3, the voice actors didn't return, but you see the characters, which is like ridiculous.
I admit I never saw the third Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. I haven't, but I heard it's decent.
It came out when we were in college.
Yeah, like I just missed it, but I heard good things about it. And the villain's decent. He's just like a Kratos sort of villain. He's just buff and angry, and he has morals. So honestly, like the Kung Fu Panda villains are decent. They're badass. But the fourth one is just a chameleon who shapeshifts, and there's nothing interesting about her at all.
Yeah, isn't she called the Chameleon?
Yeah, something like that.
Way to rip off Tough Puppy.
It's the chameleon. It's just like Nickelodeon and everything's all tied in. But yeah, she just wants this Oogway staff, and it makes her bring back spirits that died. So Tai Long, Peacock, Bull, like anyone, and then just like absorbs their powers so Chameleon can be good. See, there's no connection, there's no real reason to like hate the Chameleon. I mean, yeah, you'll hate him because it sucks, but like you don't see its background, don't see its morals, what it's trying to do. It's just a side boss. It's a side boss. Doesn't seem threatening at all.
So if they got Tai Long back, why couldn't they just make him the main villain? That would
be better.
It could have had this series be in a full circle.
Yeah. Or like, you have the voice actor for him to come back. Why not have him be nice, be the good guy? I don't know, just do something with him. I don't know, he's just like, just at last minute. It's just a waste of voice acting. Also, Furious 5, they don't show up till like the end credits. They don't voice, they don't do any voicing, that's just like at the end, training. Oh yeah, and the stupid Aquafina, I hate her so much just because of her annoying ass voice, but she's one of the main characters that Poe ends up going on adventures with. Like, he's playing like a fox. And oh no, Poe hates this character, but they end up getting along. They're talking about, oh, Poe for some reason can't be the Dragon Warrior anymore just because the script said so. it's like, oh, there's like a period of time where Poe can't be the Dragon Warrior and he has to find someone else to be it. Like, how does that make sense?
So it's a torch passing movie.
Apparently, yeah, and of course it's Aquafina of all annoying characters.
Cars 3 did the torch passing better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Cars 3 is beyond better. That makes sense for McQueen's character if he's just like getting old and all that and he can't keep up with new cars, but Poe's still badass, he can still fight. It's just, apparently the script says, oh no, we need a new person to pass the torch on. And it's the Fox, the Aquafina voices, and like, oh no, I hate you because you're a thief. And then, oh wait, I know where the chameleon is, I'll show you. Okay, I'll trust you. They go on an adventure, end up getting along, but oh no, he betrays him. How dare you? And it's like, oh no, I feel bad. Let me help you out, Poe. And they do that. It's like, wait, you should be the Dragon Warrior. It's like, huh. They're really gonna do this.
What? Well, why can't there be 2 Dragon Warriors?
Good script. Good movie.
I mean, couldn't Poe decide to have an apprentice so someone could take on the mantle when he's old?
Maybe, but it's just Shifu randomly said like, oh no, you must not be Dragon Warrior, you must be like a wise man meditating and give out good advice like Oogway, the turtle. It's like, why?
So,
what's the point? Like, Shifu, you're still around.
So it's pretty much like in the Cars movies when Doc Hudson was forced to retire after a crash.
Yeah, but at least that makes sense. Like, oh, if he's crashed and can't keep up as he used to, like, at least in the like a sports world, like that makes sense. Like, you gotta like make room for new athletes and cars.
Yeah, now that you're mentioning it, the Cars movies definitely did force retirement better.
Yeah.
And
it makes more sense for cars.
And it would make sense in Kung Fu Panda 4 when if Poe was bitter about it. Is he bitter about having to retire?
He does not want to retire.
Yeah.
And then like at the end he's like, oh, maybe this fox should be the Dragon Warrior, like, and I will train you, sort of thing. So it's not like he's gonna retire and like run the noodle shop, having noodle dreams with his 2 dads. Also, the 2 dads like have a lot of screen time now. Kung Fu Panda 3, he finds his father, like the real panda, and he like, it's Bryan Cranston, so Walter White and now the Duck sort of thing. So those 2 have like a buddy plot B thing where they like go after Poe because they love him so much, sort of thing. It's like, oh, okay.
So how much did it feel like an episode 2.5 Men? I'm sorry, I
lot.
just had to make that joke.
Also, I missed that show. If they can do, you know, like, it's this Chuck Lorre, the director, because he did Young Sheldon and Big Bang, but just do like a 2.5 Men, but it's like Young Sheldon, so like Young Charlie, Young Alan, because they could do a lot of things with that.
Maybe Chuck Lorre could have written a better Kung Fu Panda 4. He actually, I mean, he got a start on Saturday morning cartoons before becoming the master of sitcoms.
Oh, I didn't know that. That man is a genius, to be honest.
Everyone gets their start from somewhere.
Although, like, Kung Fu Panda 4, it didn't need to exist. It was just filler. Like, DreamWorks do better.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda, more like Kung Fu Panda.
Yep. Didn't need to exist. It was just filler, the movie. You could expect stuff like that for Pixar, like nowadays when it comes to sequels, it's just about nothing and passing the torch, that sort of trope.
Yeah. You know that you're messing up when Kung Fu Panda 4 feels like a Toy Story 4.
Yeah. I was like, do you like Shark Tale again or B-movie? Or an actual Megamind 2 movie.
Yeah, I want to see an actual Megamind 2 movie. I've heard some pretty awful things about the one that was dumped onto Peacock.
Yeah.
From what I understand, it's the streaming service equivalent to direct-to-video sequel movies.
Literally that.
And it's not even a good direct-to-streaming service movie.
No, like, yeah, I heard terrible things about it. It's technically a series, so it's not it's not Megamind 2. But they didn't say no.
From what I heard, Megamind 2 is less of a Cinderella 3 and more of a Little Mermaid 2.
Yeah. That's a good comparison, or Hunchback 2 or something. Not Lion King 2, that's decent.
And also 1.5.
And 1.5, oh, that's goated.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a fun side story. Yeah, to make another Fairyland comparison, the original movie is the original I Hate Fairyland series. Lion King 2, from what I understand, is probably the equivalent to the new I Hate Fairyland series, and Lion King 1.5 is the equivalent to the Untold Tales spin-off.
The good comparison.
I know I keep bringing up Fairyland, but I told you guys I just read today's issue, so it's still fresh on my mind.
Other than that, we're gonna get a lot of good movies this year.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, coming out next month.
I need to keep up on those movies. I don't know how many there are at this point.
Kingdom is the fourth of the reboot series that started with Rise.
And
then there was Dawn and War.
Rise of the prequel, of the sequel, of the reboot, part 1 in 3D.
In motion capture. But to be fair, it's Andy Serkis doing the motion capture and the movements for the main ape Caesar.
Like, I'm sure, like, they're all great movies. I know I like them, I always get confused. How am I supposed to watch them in order? Well, I'll just wing it, I'll just watch a random one.
Just watch the reboot series by their release. So start with Rise, then do Dawn, and then War.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that if we both are able to watch all the Apes movies to catch up to Kingdom, we could totally do a full-on retrospective podcast next month.
That'll be good. Have you seen the Godzilla movies? There was one this year, but there was one like late last year.
You mean -1?
-1, yeah.
I heard that it's more of like a serious one.
People.
Godzilla's a force of destruction, like he was in the original '54 movie.
Yeah, people saying like that's the best Godzilla movie of all time nowadays. Or even like the Godzilla fans say that's their personal favorite movie from Godzilla.
I think people are talking more about that than the Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah, it's just...
Well, at least in terms of praising it.
Yeah. Oh no, the first Godzilla and King Kong, like the 2021 one, it was good. I like that one. It's just fun. I don't know what's gonna happen in this one. I think it's more of the King Kong type of movie. Because it says a King Kong boss mostly there.
I think that one is run more by American studios.
Yeah.
Doing their own thing with Godzilla.
Yeah. I don't know, like, they're getting better at it. I know, like, not many people like I think it's the 2019 one or 2018. It's like where...
I think, the 2014 one.
The 2014, but there was the other one that came out a couple years later. Like Rise of Monsters or something. Like, King Ghidorah's in it, then Mothra, Rodan. Forgot the name.
So basically, it's doing one of the kaiju crossovers.
Yeah, Monsterverse, yeah. They're starting to do that. But I think America is getting better at it. Slightly.
Well, they better be doing a better job than the Universal Studios Dark Universe, which was an attempted reboot of the classic monster movies that they did. Like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, etc.
I love that, yeah, I love that it used to be about cinematic universes, but nowadays they're hopping onto the multiverse sort of stuff, and it's getting so tiring.
And not to mention that the classic Universal Monster Universe didn't even start out with being a cinematic universe in mind. They just wanted to make adaptations of Dracula and Frankenstein, and as they continued to make more movies, they realized that
like, hey, yeah,
to have them feature in the same movie.
Yeah, because why not? It's fun. It's like Godzilla and King Kong in the 60s. It's like, just why not? It's fun. They get money.
And not to mention that you don't need to see the original King Kong or Godzilla to understand what's happening.
No, like...
It's just two monsters fighting and having fun.
It is, like, I really enjoyed it. The original too, it was just silly. But 2021, I did enjoy that, it was fun. We should have talked about that on the channel.
I should probably get a Godzilla game if I can ever afford one. Like the ones from the 2000s.
Yeah, I think I had one on the PS2, I forgot which one that was called.
Wasn't that Unleashed?
Yeah, I'll check real quick.
Yeah, I think that was the end of the 2000s trilogy that started with Destroy All Monsters Melee and Save the Earth.
Yep, Unleashed. That's a decent one. Got to be all the monsters, it's really cool.
Yeah, and I heard that Godzilla has a skin variant that represents his deteriorated look from Godzilla vs. Destroya, where he's about to explode.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens to his kind when he passes away.
Oh, actually, I remember watching another movie this year. It was the Bob Marley movie, One Love.
Biopic?
Yeah.
Was it well done?
Yeah.
How much did Hollywood exaggerate the truth?
I don't really know the exact story for Bob Marley, but the actor who played him was pretty decent. He looks just like him. I don't know by the voice-wise if he was good, but I don't know. It's just like one of those I never knew about him until we watched the movie, and it just seems like a lot more to it. It does seem a bit exaggerated, like, oh, he stopped like the wars happening in South Africa, like, sort of thing. Don't quote me on that, but I know like his music's always been about peace, and he does make amazing music. But that's about it, really. Just like all about how he made the album Exodus and how he made these iconic songs and what he means to the people, and until his untimely end.
So they get all the important stuff and don't try to go through all of his life.
No, like, oh yeah, they do like cut back and forth with him as a kid and then him now sort of thing. It's unnecessary, but I don't know, like, when I complain about the Tupac movie, it just seems like a series sort of thing. It felt like that sort of quality.
Oh.
Just seems like a low budget type of biopic. It's a bit better than Tupac, because at least I think it's trying to make it more accurate. and they didn't try to change up the story.
Was this before or after they caught his killer?
Before.
Yeah, I heard in recent years that they were finally able to catch his killer.
Yeah.
So we'll need to see an updated biopic someday.
Yeah, not the best biopic, but I'm sure people will like it. It was produced by the Bob Marley family, so that's kind of sweet. And like Damian Marley and the grandchild YG Marley, like he's been doing well music-wise.
Which one of Bob Marley's offspring was in the band that did the Arthur theme song?
I think that's Damian Marley. Let me check. He should be the oldest one. He has so many kids. And I said, hey, what a wonderful kind of day.
You can learn to walk and play and get along with each other.
Oh no, Siggy Marley. I forgot about him. That's Siggy Marley. How many kids are there? YG, Damien, Siggy. It's too many. If I say like the best biopic movie recently, has to be Elvis. I've seen that like 3 times. It's still great. And it's like the same director who did The Great Gatsby. So it's like does all these crazy trippy transitions and SFX stuff. Like it's so good.
That's great.
So I put Elvis up there and Straight Outta Compton second. I haven't seen the Freddie Mercury one or Elton John. We're gonna get an Amy Winehouse one this year. That'll be decent. They'll follow the same story, to be honest. Even Family Guy made a joke about that. It's like, oh, why they always like talk about like the dads always force them to do stuff. Always like the abusive one sort of thing.
The music industry, am I right?
Movies, stuff, new Joker movies coming out soon. Who knows?
We'll see if either of us decide to see it.
Yeah. We were pretty positive on the first one. I remember that.
Yeah, it definitely works as a standalone movie.
Yeah.
We'll see if they have any good ideas. For the record, we haven't watched the trailer that came out yesterday.
Nah. No,
I don't even know if I'm gonna see the movie.
Yeah. We don't know if it's gonna be musical or not. Who knows? They might like make it amazing, but who knows? If I have time, I would probably go out and see it. But Joaquin Phoenix again and Lady Gaga. Who knows? I don't know how they're gonna do the story. They're just trying to overhype Joker a little too much, but I don't know. Deadpool.
We're not supposed to like the villain of a story.
Yeah, stop trying to make us like think he did nothing wrong.
I mean, the movie's not making us think that he did nothing wrong, but people just like taking it out of context.
Exactly.
You know, let's just hope that Joker 2 doesn't undo any messages.
Yeah.
About how sick the Joker was, and he was doomed from the start to become evil.
Exactly. Can't sympathize with him like we're supposed to hate him. You can feel bad for him, but we can't like side with him like, oh, I would feel the same way. Like, no you won't. He's not right. He's unstable. He's insane. No, Deadpool and Wolverine, that'll come out soon. I'm surprised it's taken them that long to do it. Like the first two, it's like a 2 year gap. It's a 2 year gap, and now this one is like so long. It just like worries me, like if people still care, because like if it's like back then, like people would be screaming, but it's hard to tell like nowadays if it's like a long gap if people still care.
To tell you the truth, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing I said earlier, where we're just getting older and just things change. We grow out of things. If it's like back then perfect. But nowadays it's just, I don't know. It's just, they've missed the mark. It's just getting ridiculous now.
Also, are you sick of meta humor? I am.
All the time. We keep seeing it in so many things, like games starting to do it, and more movies and series. It's just getting a bit ridiculous. I will say this, we're getting I think it's supposed to be a reboot. It's Twisters? They're based off the first movie in the 90s called Twister.
Another one.
That might be interesting. I would love to see like what they're gonna do with it. I don't know if people enjoyed the first Twister. It did look interesting, but I never seen it. So hopefully like they'll do something cool with it.
I've been to the Universal attraction back in 2012. It was alright.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's there anymore.
I probably doubt it. But like, who still wants the Twister thing?
Maybe they'll either bring it back or update it for the reboot movie.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that the Twister attraction at Universal lasted as long as it did.
Oh, true, yeah. A lot of things just came and went for them, but don't know how like that lasted. We're supposed to be getting a new Alien movie as well.
Is it a follow up to the Prometheus trilogy? I think there was going to be a third one.
I think, like,
with the way Alien Covenant ended.
I know there's a teaser trailer, but I don't know if they'll show, or I don't know if they're gonna start again from scratch. I wish it followed up from Covenant. Like, I end up liking it.
Yeah, they left Covenant on the cliffhanger it did.
Yeah.
If you like it or not, it's very puzzling when something just is left on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, because I end up liking the world a bit more than the movie. That's why I always watch it. It sounds bad.
I have mixed feelings on the world because, quite frankly, I think the aliens are a lot cooler. The xenomorphs are a lot cooler when they're shrouded a bit more in mystery.
Yeah.
And it says that they're genetically mutated by the robot guy.
Yeah. I know, I think it's like, maybe that's why people were turned off by Prometheus, like they're trying to be more deep with the world and lore.
And also the actor that played the robot gets to say that he got to make out with himself in a movie.
Oh, that, yeah. Well, I like the idea of it, like, oh, there's like an alien Jesus they kind of hinted at, and the engineers like created these worlds and all that. Oh no, Alien Romulus, who knows, it might be good. I hope it like follows up with Covenant. Please, like, no more reboots, like, just like keep doing it, like keep doing sequels, have it all relate to something.
And like just adapting stuff, and you're just trying to make more Hollywood blockbusters.
Yeah.
That's the type of thing that I Hate Fairy Lane number 13 was making fun of.
Just all that.
On how movies nowadays are just trying to appeal to It's just people that are going to see a blockbuster.
It's the whole shut up and consume product, then get excited for next product mentality.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because, like, all these things nowadays is just gonna be, like, sequels that no one asked for. Like, who wants Toy Story 5 or Inside Out 2? And all these sequel stuff.
I don't think anyone even wanted Toy Story 4.
Nope. 4 was just a waste of time. Oh yeah, video games are now getting like more movies and series. We're gonna get Borderlands. I think Fallout came out recently with a series. I don't know what's gonna happen. Borderlands has Kevin Hart in it. And I think
some people watch.
yeah. So Jack Black is gonna be the Claptrap robot. I know, but it screams like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like have a group together and then they just do dumb stuff. It just screams that. Fallout, I don't know what it's gonna be like. It looks like Fallout 4 sort of style. It might be good, I don't know. Nosferatu. It's gonna come out this year? No, next year. Like, who wants that?
I guess people who are fans of the silent film,
Yeah.
or the '70s remake.
I think if it wasn't for SpongeBob, no one knows what the Nosferatu guy is. For, like, kids this generation. Like, when did that guy became, like, just one gag from one episode of SpongeBob ended up being, like, a reoccurring gag they keep using in the later seasons?
Yeah, that not to mention it seems to be getting overused, and fans have been starting to notice.
Yeah, because they always like bring back characters that are just for one joke and that's it, and there's a reason why they don't come back, because they were just for a joke. It's funny, we memed it, that's it. That doesn't mean like, hey, we want them back. We didn't want him back, we didn't want that granny's with the chocolate thing. No one asked for her to come back.
Yeah, all that joke was that SpongeBob and Patrick go to an old lady's house and they ask the old lady if her mother is home, and it turns out that her mother's still alive, but she's all ancient and is just a head on a spine.
Yeah, like that's good. That's the joke. We didn't ask for her to come back. The writer's like, oh, they find this funny. They probably want more of this.
Yeah, that was pretty much season 12 in a nutshell.
Yep.
Honestly, the best episodes in the 12th season were the ones that were not paying too many homages.
No.
Like the one where Patrick goes all ballistic every time he hears a bell. That's actually comedy that it's an homage to when the Three Stooges did it in their short Punch Drunks, when Curly becomes a boxing champion when he hears "Pop Goes the Weasel."
Okay.
Yeah, and there weren't too many callbacks that I noticed. I mean, I guess you could argue the return of Patrick's parents on screen as a callback, but I mean, they don't reference any older episodes, and
yeah,
they don't have a scene where Patrick brings up the time that two random starfish show up and think that they're his parents.
It's like, why bring them back? It's just unbelievable. Speaking of homages, like, rest in peace to Akira Toriyama.
While I'm not the most familiar with Dragon Ball, I definitely can understand what Dragon Ball fans are going through.
I can understand the impact on many people around the world and what it means to them. And we gotta admit, like, it's one of the most popular animes of all time. Like, it's a household name. And, like, even the characters are household names.
It's the anime of all time.
It is, yeah. Like, we all know Goku and Vegeta, and then Frieza, Cell, Broly. We all know these characters. Even if those who haven't watched it know who they are and what they look like just from the names. It's just sad, really. But I also heard like something about they want to open up a Dragon Ball theme park. That would be really sick. It's a bit like a Disneyland type of place, but Dragon Ball. You go around different planets and they can do roller coasters. They can do some really cool stuff with that. They could
maybe if they wanted to homage Dragon Ball in memory of Toriyama.
Yeah, like, he is our Walt Disney, to be honest. So, that would be really cool. That could be like the next Disneyland. Like, kids, adults, they would love that. They would eat that shit up.
Yeah, he's pretty much kind of the anime equivalent to the creators of Superman and Batman.
It is, yeah.
Where you had an idea that revolutionized anime, just like how Superman and Batman revolutionized superhero comics.
Exactly. And rest in peace, man. I can tell, like, he was just like a nice person. He just seemed so happy and loved his passion and work. He also did a lot of video games as well. Well, he, like, I wouldn't say he developed it, but he helped take parts of it.
Are you just talking about Dragon Ball ones or other ones?
No, he's been in other ones he did. He helped out with Chrono Trigger, and he did some Dragon Quest games too.
That makes perfect sense.
Yep. That is so him.
Considering that everybody says that Chrono Trigger is the RPG of all time.
Yeah, like, it's the GOAT game. And of course it makes sense, because he played a huge part in it. Because I'm sure he, like, did most of the designs or something. It's just cool, like, he dabbled in a bit of everything. His personal favorite character he made is Piccolo, because he just likes his designs and his come up and look. I mean, we all love Piccolo.
I remember accompanying some friends to see Dragon Ball Superhero, and I got to see Orange Piccolo.
Orange Piccolo, yep. Like, my favorite is Tien, the one with one eye, and he hangs out with Chaozu. I don't know, it's just something about him. I like him. He's my favorite. And then let's say Vegeta. Vegeta second. Hell, we're gonna get a new Dragon Ball game this year. It's gonna be like a bit faithful to the old Dragon Ball games. I assume it's gonna be like similar to like Raging Blast 2, that sort of style. So it's not like those was it like gotcha games? You run around or you use like characters cards you summon. No, it's gonna be like a bit faithful to the old games where it's all like just fighting and combat. So it would be really cool.
Sounds like it would.
So I would definitely like want to see that. What's that gonna be? It's gonna be called Sparking Zero. I think it's supposed to come out this year. But yeah, rest in peace. Your legacy still lives on. I don't know if there's much to talk about now. I don't know what else there is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think myself.
Yeah. I haven't seen much Marvel stuff. I don't know what they're announcing. I know like Captain America is gonna come out soon.
Like somebody who's taken the mantle.
Yeah. I don't know who yet. I don't know who yet.
Well, I've honestly sort of lost interest in Marvel.
Yeah, it's just they haven't done anything.
Yeah, and keep in mind that most of the comics I read nowadays are from Image Comics.
Yeah, so Spawn and all the other good ones.
Also Stray Dogs and the Materials Universe, Plastic Vinyl Plush, Plastic Death and Dolls, which is going to be coming out in June.
Okay. I'm trying to think what else they did. Invincible?
There's that.
Yeah, I guess that's their popular one now. But beforehand it was Spawn.
There's also I Hate Fairyland and some of the other Image Comics stuff that Scott Young has done. Bully Wars, Middle West, Me You Love in the Dark, Twig, and Ain't No Grave, which is something that he's doing later this year.
Like new comic issues or?
No, it's a new series.
Oh, cool.
Going to be about 5 issues long. It'll help pass the time after this year's wave of I Hate Fairyland comics ends, and then we're waiting for next year's wave. So Scotty Young is still doing some stories on the side.
I do wish Image could like make live action movies. I know they have some, but if they like crank out a lot, they could be like up there with Marvel and DC.
They would honestly be perfect to do some live action movies.
Like, come on, we all want a new Spawn movie. Just like go with it. They would definitely do well. They could do more edgy stuff that Marvel and DC can't do. They just go all out. I just don't know why they wouldn't do it. Or if they probably don't have the budget or something.
Oh, I have an idea. Maybe they could get A24 to produce them.
A24.
I'd love to see A24 maybe adapt the Materials universe into a series of movies. Maybe start with Plastic and see if they can get a director that would love to match the style of the panels.
That would be good, actually. Make it more like the comics sort of thing.
Yeah, because the Materials universe is only the best comic universe of all time.
Well, I guess some could be animated, kind of like Spider-Verse, so they can do like the comic sort of panel transitions and style.
Or if it's I Hate Fairyland, it could be completely 2D hand-drawn in the style of the comics.
Yeah.
Sort of like what Invincible has done.
Or if it does that, then yeah. And then live action Invincible. That would be funny.
Maybe they could just get all the actors to play live action versions. And maybe they could establish that Invincible isn't a teenager, and that maybe he's maybe this is like several years later, like after the end of the series.
Yeah.
So they could find a way to have Steven Yeun still be a live action Invincible and have it make sense.
Yep. J.K. Simmons, come back as Omni-Man. Only see him being him. I love that we started talking about Invincible and now we're ending it with Invincible. Everything just comes around.
Yep. Now that is a full circle.
I say we'll wrap it here.
All right. Well, we hope that the next podcast we do doesn't take 4 or 5 months to make.
Yeah. And guys, if you're waiting on the next one, you can always come to our channels, like, to pass the time. We have like tons of projects we're releasing, so hope you guys stay tuned and thank you guys for your patience. We will see you guys next time. Sorry, go on.
And if you guys are sad that we aren't talking about Star Wars anymore, I've been talking about the Lego Star Wars games lately.
Yep, so like stay tuned to his reviews on it. There's going to be some more as well.
Yeah, I'm planning to do other stuff after I finish Lego Star Wars.
Yep. So hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you're all having a great year. And we'll see you soon in the future. Take care.
Bye-bye.